But before we finish today, we're going to look at our predictions as always. I'll just stick to the 6 senior football championship games. I'll ask you afterwards about just maybe your opinion on the intermediate games as well. Look, if we could go through all the games, we would. And as always, it's only for a bit of fun. We're not playing at all. I won't have probably seen this year. The back won't allow me. So again, it's all for fun. The last round, Matt, was the senior hurling championship. It didn't go great for you. We both had Doon. We both had 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐝𝐢𝐬𝐜. The only game I went wrong with was Mungers. You had Ballyround for that, but the manner of Doon's victory, 6 points. I'll always remember that. Has given me up to 21 points opposed to your 18. So I've taken the lead. I don't think it's going to last very long. You were a runaway winner later, but we'll get on to this week's games, Matt. And I suppose we left room earlier in the preview to maybe say why a team won. We didn't go really into major detail. So we'll start with the Thursday night game, Monaleen versus 𝐿𝐴.
I'm going with Monaleen, Jack. I think at this stage of the competition, their need is the greater, and I'm going with Monaleen by 3 points.
Monaleen by 3. I'm going with Casey's by 5, and 5 might be a long stretch there, but Monaleen have had the hurling for the last 3 weeks, and Father Casey's having free scoring, and they are going to deliver eventually. Like, these minor teams are going to come through, so I think maybe Thursday could be the night for that. Newcastle West and Galway.
I'm going with Newcastle by 5.
Newcastle by 5. I agree with you, Newcastle. I'm going to go Newcastle by 3. No disrespect to Galway, of course, but just Newcastle have been the form team in the championship for a long time, really. And then 𝐿𝐴 versus 𝐿𝐴. I say 𝐿𝐴 by a couple of points too.
Yeah, I say 𝐿𝐴 by 2.
I
think 𝐿𝐴 will turn it around in this game.
I like when we're disagreeing. Too often that we're going for the same one. So in Group 1, you have Monaleen, Newcastle and 𝐿𝐴. I have Casey's, Newcastle and 𝐿𝐴. So there'll be differences there when we get to the scores. I suppose touching on that, you will have it really close at the top if yours come true. Obviously, 𝐿𝐴 will move to 2, 𝐿𝐴 will be on 1, Galway on 1 on the other side. Then Monaleen and Casey's will be on 4, but Newcastle will be run away 6. So that'll be interesting if yours come true, Matt. Group 2, St. Kieran's versus 𝐿𝐴.
Gaels by 2.
Yeah, I'm again disagreeing with you here. I'm Kieran's by 3, and it's nothing to do with what I've seen so far, because 𝐿𝐴 are very impressive against us in round 2, but Kieran's are just so difficult to play against, whether it be hurling, football, checkers, rounders. They're just a dogged kind of team, and I think they can grind this one out. You're laughing at me now. Ballylanders versus Kildare-Pallaskenry. Can Ballylanders get off the mark? Or
yeah, I'm tipping Ballylanders by 2.
Ballylanders by 2. I have KP by 2. One thing is, Ballylanders have always been good with the backs against the wall, like last year, the relegation playoffs, getting to a couple of finals in recent years. But I just think KP have been threatening so far, and we have both alluded to it, that they probably should have beaten it there, and they very possibly could have beat Kieran's as well. So I'm tipping them to get their first win back in the senior ranks.
Both of those sides should have beaten Kieran's, Jack.
Yeah.
You know, and that's no disrespect to Kieran's. It's a fact of life, you know. It's a fact of what happened, you know.
Yeah, I just think they're just threatening, and I think they can get it done. Obviously they've had that break from the hurling, and Ballylanders have a couple of Glenroe lads there. Just, you know, I've had 3 weeks in a row, so I suppose for KP they'll be hoping for that aspect. But the final game that we're going to go through, Ballysteen versus Adair. I'll start. I'm going with Ballysteen to finally get a win over there, and I'm going for 3 points as well, because I'm feeling good today.
I'm going for Adair by 3.
Adair by 3. So the only one we're in agreement with is Newcastle. We've gone completely different on other games, which is very, very strange for us. So either I'll be a runaway leader, or else you will retake the lead, which I suppose, knowing us, we've never been good in predictions. So I'd say we could have a couple of draws here, Matt, if that's anything to go by. But again, it's only for a bit of fun. I will just run through.
There are a couple of games there that are nailed on for draws. Like in reality, you have Kieran's and 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐢𝐿. There's going to be nothing in that. Ballylanders and 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐝𝐢𝐿, nothing at all in that. You know, they're two games that I was half tempted to go for stalemates. You know.
Yeah, I suppose we never go for a draw really, but yeah, we'll leave. Do you want to change your mind on any of those and go for? Do you want to go for the draw?
No. I'm quite happy now.
Yeah. Look, we'll just run through the intermediate games.
Yeah.
We won't keep track of scores or anything like that. I'll just literally ask you who do you think is going to win, and you can give a points difference if you want. There's no major panic. I'm just getting the fixtures up here in the background because I've been known that when I go off the top of my head that sometimes I go a bit astray. So round 3, group 1, 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐝𝐢𝐿 versus the 𝐿𝐵.
I'm going for the 𝐵, Jack. They've full points and they've just been relegated. And now, albeit 2 of the points were from a walkover to Bruff, which is sad to see any team given a walkover. Now, 𝐿𝐵 will be going into the game off a win. They beat Glyn in a delayed. Their games were delayed because of the involvement of 𝐵 Hegarty and Cathal O'Neill. And Pats beat him in the first round, but they came back and they got a 1-point win over Glyn at the weekend. But I fancy the 𝐵. I fancy the 𝐵 has been very, very strong contenders for outright victory in this competition.
Yeah, I'd stick with the 𝐵 there as well. Glyn versus St. Pat's.
I'm going for Pats in this one.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And Sennons versus Bruff.
Well, you know, Bruff's situation is sad. You know, they suffered a heavy defeat to Glyn in the first round, failed, gave a walkover to the 𝐵 in the second round. I don't think it can be anything but a Sennons victory there, you know.
Yeah, and then on into group 2, Father Casey's versus Griffins, which is an interesting tie when you consider Casey's won the junior last year, and you know there seems to be a lot of momentum in that club. And Griffins, who were in 2 finals but fell short last year in the semi.
I can only see one result here, you know, and that is Gerald Griffins. The manner in which Mungret St. Paul's defeated Father Casey's should send alarm bells ringing down in Abbeyfield, because it was a massive score, and yeah, I think Gerald Griffins. It has to be. I think Gerald Griffins to make it 3 wins out of 3. Jack.
Rathkeale and Pallasgreen.
I'm going for Rathkeale, but only just. Pallasgreen have been
probably. Yeah,
they've been competitive. Pallasgreen have been competitive, very, very competitive. But I think Rathkeale, after losing the first round to Gerald Griffins, you know, they cannot afford to slip up again. And like they were so close to 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐝𝐿 in the final last year that I would have Rathkeale down as among the contenders for outright success in the competition.
So would I. And I suppose probably the standout tie around Mungret St. Paul's versus Drumbraadford.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely. It's the tie that sticks out. Mainly because of Drumbraadford's history. But having said that, their campaign has so far, you know, certainly hasn't lit the place up by any manner or means. They just got over Father Casey's in the first round. They were beaten by 10 points in the second round by Rathkeale, which is alarming. I'm going for Mungret St. Paul's in that one, Jack.
Yeah, I just sided Mungret there on that one. That's our intermediate championship. We went through the senior games there, and we will keep track of those games